How many people do you know that have body piercings? Most of the people that have piercings probably got them done because they are interested in having the piercing or because they are following the lead of their peers. There are numerous body piercings that you can get, but do you know what the piercing means, or the history behind the piercing, or even how it first originated? So, what exactly is the history behind body piercings? Well, one of the first piercings to be discovered was the ear piercing. Scientists have found mummies with small holes in their ears that they believe were used for earrings. Many primitive tribes would pierce their ears as a way of keeping demons out of their bodies. They believed that the demons would enter through their ears and that the metal from the earring would keep the demons from entering. Now, nose rings date back almost as long as the earring. The nomadic tribes of Africa would have rings that would denote their wealth. The more gold and the bigger the ring was, the more wealth their family had. In India, women used to get the left side of their nose pierced because the left side is associated with childbirth. The nose piercing was believed to help lessen the pain of childbirth and make it go quicker. In ancient Rome, when men used to go out to battle, the nipples on their chest plates would be pierced, that way they could hang their capes from them. Later on in the mid-14th century, women were getting their nipples pierced. One of the first well-known women to do this was Queen Isabella of Bavaria. She got her nipples pierced because she would wear such low-cut dresses that often her nipples and her breasts would be completely exposed. When exposing her nipples and her breasts, she wanted them to look good. By having them pierced, it made her breasts look fuller and plumper, and it made her nipples in a constant state of excitement, which makes them look better. Now, Aztec priests used to get their tongues pierced as a way of talking to the gods. They would pull a string back and forth through the hole in their tongue to increase the blood flow to the tongue. They believed that the increased blood flow would put their body in a state of trance, making it easier to talk to their gods. Nowadays, many piercings have become popular for different reasons. For women, getting their ears pierced is very common. Most parents take newborn baby girls to go get their ears pierced right after they are born. Also, when many guys hit their teens, they often go and get one of their ears pierced. Nobody's really concerned with blocking the demons from their body anymore. The second most popular piercing for women is their nose piercings. Nose piercings are no longer meant to symbolize how much wealth your family has, but they are just meant to look cute. Besides being used to hold capes on, nipple piercings are still used for the same reason. They make your breasts look fuller, plumper, and it makes your nipples more sensitive. Like the nipple piercing, women now get their navels pierced as another sign of sexuality. Before, women had to constantly cover most of their bodies, so since the development of the bikini, showing your navel was considered a sexual sign. Now navel piercings have become a sign of sexual proactiveness. Nowadays, most people that have tongue piercings aren't using them for bloodletting ceremonies. They're mainly used for pleasure during oral sex. There are also benefits and downsides to having piercings, though. Many jobs won't let you work for them if you have an obscene body piercing. Usually, only women are allowed to have their ears pierced, and if a man or a woman has a piercing that is considered offensive, the employer will often ask them to take it out. If the employer refuses to remove the obscene body piercing, then oftentimes they'll either be fired or they won't be hired. Most of the places that allow for body piercings are tattoo parlors and Hot Topic stores. In these type of jobs, it is more expected that you have a piercing because that is what you're trying to sell to the public. Most people wouldn't want to get a tattoo from someone who's never had tattoo work done. The same thing goes for a piercing. Most people don't want to get a piercing from someone who's never had anything pierced. When you're considering getting a body piercing, there are a lot of real-world consequences that can affect your immediate and long-term future plans, just from what type of piercing you obtain. When one becomes a young adult, certain freedoms come your way. If you plan to further your education, figure out where you want to live, what job opportunities are available, and the ability to do what you want with your body. This newfound freedom can be exciting and yet can lead to outcomes that you may not have originally intended. Body piercings are more than just an expression of your individuality. It can affect the social group you choose to associate with and the peers you hang out with. It will also open or close doors on job opportunities. The piercing may have an unintended meaning that you did not initially intend to have. Having body piercings is a way to announce to the world of your newfound individuality, but be careful because it will have a strong effect on long-term future events.